Okay, say that.
Lucius Varenus.
Varenus in HBO series Rome, and now he's Dr. Owen Hunt on the very popular show Grey's Anatomy. Please welcome Kevin McKidd.
Yes, they got very giddy when they heard your name. My gosh.
I'm excited to be here. How you doing, guys?
You have never been on our show before.
I've never been on the show.
Yeah, we feel like we know you.
Yeah.
So welcome. You grew up, of course, in Scotland. And were you an actor in Scotland?
I was a painfully shy boy. I was this terribly, terribly shy child, you know, and I couldn't speak to adults and I couldn't speak to anybody really. And I got this part in a play, I think when I was 8 years old.
Wow.
And suddenly all that shyness just disappeared and I suddenly could, I think it was having somebody else write my dialogue for me, you know, when I actually had to speak for myself, I couldn't.
Did your teacher sort of put you in a play thinking maybe this painfully shy boy, this will have an impact on him?
Yeah, I had this one teacher, she was a great, wonderful teacher. You know, everybody has one of those teachers in their life. And I think she saw that there was something in me that was more than just being shy. So I got to thank her for that.
That's actually terrific. It's a good point that sometimes it just takes one person to spot something in somebody and bring it out. It's really great.
I'm a little shy myself. No, I am. I have stage fright too.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
You don't show it.
I had the same teacher you did.
And now, do you have any favorite sort of things from back home you love to have here? Like, do you have like a favorite type of beer, or I don't know?
Well, you know, my mum's cooking. I miss my mum's home cooking. And the main, I don't know if you know, but in Scotland there's this food called haggis.
We were just talking about haggis.
Yeah, it's this great food. I mean, most people think it depends. You might be. I've actually got some tonight, but I've got some today.
You travel with haggis?
I got some haggis.
Is it fish?
Well, no, it's hard to describe. It's kind of a sausage. Here it is. Hey, it's kind of a sausage. It's oatmeal and it's spices and it's the parts of a cow that you're not really meant to eat.
No. You say kind of a sausage.
It's kind of a sausage.
What kind of? It's parts of a cow that you're not meant to eat?
It's sort of thing, but they make it quite. It's actually, you should try it. You should just try it because there's no way of describing it. And this is neeps, which is turnips, and this is tatties, which is potatoes below.
All right, you know what? I've gone to Scotland before and I avoided it. It's there. And now I have to come here and I can't avoid it. Okay, here we go.
I'm going to do it. Are you going to do it?
I'll do it. Here we go.
Here you go. Take this one, Kelly.
I got this one.
That one, okay.
I got this one. You can work.
All right, on the count of three, everybody dig in. One, two,
what did
three.
you say?
Okay.
That's pretty good. That's outstanding. Wow. All right.
This actually, it's not Irish, of course it's Irish, but I remember my mother would always make corned beef and cabbage on St. Patrick's Day, and it's very reminiscent of the smell of our house when I would come home from school and be devastated.
This is what I have to eat today.
Oh boy. Now you're married, you have 2 kids, and I mean, do you go home often? Do you have a chance to go home and have some haggis and hang out with your kids?
I usually go home to Scotland to see all my grandparents and, you know, the grandparents about twice a year. So I go back at Christmas time, and it's freezing there, you know, but it's that great cold, and once in the summer. So yeah, I want to make sure that my kids get a sense of their Scottishness.
And do your relatives think they sound funny?
My kids? Yeah, they do. I mean, you know, my relatives are, my mum and dad are here in New York right now, actually. They're the first time in New York, so they're so excited to be here.
Oh my God.
Straight from the Highlands of Scotland, and they're here in New York. And but they're uber Scottish, my mum and dad.
Yeah.
You know.
So they think you sound American.
They think I'm American. my kids are much more kind of, my kids were brought up in London, now they live in Los Angeles, so they've got this very sort of world-like accent. So my parents sometimes find it hard to understand what they're actually saying.
Yeah, it's great. Oh my God, I love that. We have to take a commercial break, but if you don't mind talking about this, we're going to find out what it was like to do a nude scene covered only in mosquito bites when we come back.
Her legs will never be the same. A prosthetic can give Arizona a better quality of life than years of rehab, chronic pain. I don't need to tell you this.
No, in fact, it's pretty condescending.
Or the surgery will make her infection worse and increase her risk of
I'm sorry, it's her leg. I'm risking it. I'm doing it.
You are not doing anything.
Whoa. Now that was Dr. Owen Hunt in action on Grey's Anatomy.
Right there.
But I didn't know this was an accent.
No, I managed to get rid of it. I get rid of my Scottish.
Is it very hard? Is it very hard to do that?
It's tricky. You know, it took me a couple of years. I had a dialect coach in the first season or two who was amazing, and she was this she cracked a whip on me all the time. She was on me all the time to get me to be as correct as I could be, and then something just changed, and I can just drop into it.
You had a new team in Rome, and you were covered in bug bites.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Well, we shot it in Italy, and in the summer in Italy it's very humid, and there's a lot of there's a lot of mosquitoes. And one morning I woke up and this mosquito. I think there'd been a party of mosquitoes had a party on my right buttock cheek.
Yes.
And I had all these like loads and loads of mosquito bites. And I knew I had a new scene to do the next day, and I went to the director and I said, look, my right cheek is covered in mosquito bites. Can you favour the other cheek? And he was like, I'm really sorry, but my vision is that I have to be shooting this right cheek. I'm like, oh, really? So I had to put makeup on it.
I change your vision.
I did.
My right butt cheek is all beat up from, mosquito bites.
I said, what difference does it make? He said, well, the way the shot's framed, it needs to be the right. I'm like, okay. I said, well, don't worry, we'll put makeup on it, nobody will ever see it. So they shot the scene, and they said, you don't see it, right? And I went, no, we don't see a thing. Anyway, cut, great, check it, we're happy with the scene. I watch it on TV, and you can see them all over my cheek.
Before on Grey's Anatomy, of course, you were in the movie Maid of Honor with Patrick Dempsey, so the two of you have this connection.
Yeah.
And so you must have been happy to see
it was great. We had a blast doing that movie. And we shot a lot of the movie in the Isle of Skye, which is this beautiful island off the west coast of Scotland. So I showed Patrick some of the golf courses. He liked it. I think he liked the Scotch too. Patrick seemed to like some of this.
Scotch, yeah. That's the place.
Scotland to get the Scotch.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
He can never be wrong with that.
So clever. Why didn't we bring any of that to sample?
That's a good idea, Gil. That's your fault.
Of course, it's Grey's Anatomy, Thursday nights at 10 p.m. on ABC. Kevin, it is so lovely to have you here. Please, coming back. We'll be right back.